Asia Tenggara sering dianggap destinasi impian karena murah, indah, dan dikenal ramah. Namun kenyataannya tak selalu sesuai harapan. Seorang traveler kulit hitam asal Amerika membagikan pengalamannya saat berkunjung ke Malaysia, dan kisahnya langsung menyita perhatian.
How are we gonna tell y'all about how we feel and y'all get offended? One thing I learned back in my days is if you get offended about the truth, then it must be true. How do you stir and you don't speak? Every grab I got in, they didn't speak. I even said thank you. They don't say you're welcome. They don't want us. Even Airbnb say they don't want no nigga rallies and they stuff. Like, how can we feel comfortable in y'all state and y'all make us feel like that? And I'm gonna drop a video, a screenshot, 6 to 10 people stern, and them people did not speak, and they did it daily at the same apartment complex. Like, come on now, how does that work? And y'all expect us to come back? I would never give y'all my money again. This was a wasted trip. I get better hospitality for a cheaper price. Like, this is not, it's not giving me any comfortability to say, okay, y'all should come to Malaysia. Malaysia's giving me, y'all should never come here. Because the way they make black people feel is not okay.
Dalam video tersebut, ia menyoroti sikap masyarakat yang terasa dingin, minim senyuman, dan jauh dari kesan ramah. Kekecewaannya memuncak ketika menemukan penginapan yang terang-terangan menolak tamu kulit hitam. Ia pun mempertanyakan, bagaimana mungkin seorang turis bisa merasa nyaman jika sejak awal tidak diterima. Pengalaman serupa bahkan dialami turis lain, dengan perlakuan yang lebih parah.
So, 0 out of 10, don't recommend Malaysia, to be honest, y'all. So, it is day 5 in Malaysia. We did 2 days in Kuala Lumpur. And this is the 3rd day in fucking Penang Islands, okay? Kuala Lumpur, 0 out of 10, don't recommend, you know what I mean? Real shit. When I tell y'all, the people is rude as fuck. We done got pulled off on, we done got mugged at, all type of shit out there, bro. Like, damn, what the Americans do to the Malaysians? Because they not fucking with a nigga out here, you feel me? Okay, so we come to the Penang Islands, y'all. The Penang Islands, the vibes are a little lighter here, I will give them that. But we got the same treatment by the Malaysians, you feel me? Like, it's a few more Malaysians that's a little more laid back, you know what I'm saying? But we done got pulled off on, y'all. We done had a driver come 9 minutes away to come and pick us up. After that, this man came 9 minutes to come and pick us up, y'all. So, we see, like, this man, he like a minute away from us type shit, right? Next thing you know, he cancels the ride. So we like, did he see us or something? Like, what the fuck? This man canceled the ride because he saw us, y'all. Once he seen it was Americans and black people, he canceled the fucking ride. That's crazy work, dog. And like, this is not the first time that this happened. This has happened like 3 or 4 times since we've been out here in Malaysia, y'all. So yeah, bro, I don't recommend Malaysia at all.
Ia menceritakan bagaimana pesanan transportasi online miliknya dibatalkan berulang kali hingga 4 kali. Ia merasa pembatalan terjadi setelah driver mengetahui bahwa penumpangnya adalah turis Amerika berkulit hitam. Bukan soal transportasi, tapi rasa ditolak secara personal yang membuatnya terpukul. Menariknya, banyak turis keturunan Afrika justru merasakan hal sebaliknya di Indonesia. Mereka mengaku merasa aman, dihargai, dan diperlakukan dengan manusiawi. Salah satu contohnya diungkapkan oleh seorang turis bernama Glow. Bahkan ia mengatakan bahwa hanya di Indonesia ia merasa diperlakukan dengan hormat tanpa syarat.
So one of the things about being black is when you travel, there are countries that visibly acknowledge and see your blackness, and then there are other countries that don't. It's clear you're black. They don't make a thing out of it. And you might say, well, Glow, y'all the ones that make a thing. Like, you're the ones always asserting your blackness. And in the US, you have to. Because the US does so much to try to erase us. So we have to take up space. And we have to make ourselves known. And we have to find safety in our skin. Because the US is not a safe place for us to exist. Emotionally and in many ways physically. So when you travel, and these places don't acknowledge your blackness, don't treat you differently for your blackness. They just see you as a human and as a person. And I don't know many places in the world. Literally, I've been to 99 countries. I don't know any other place than Bali that allows you to just exist as you are. Obviously, we got the motherland, the continent of Africa is different. But even there, like you go to South Africa, especially South Africa, when you see other Black people there, it's like, welcome back, welcome home. Like there's this camaraderie. But of course, they see your Blackness to welcome you back to the motherland. But other places, like when you travel as a Black person, sometimes you just want to exist. You don't want any special treatment. Well, okay, keep the special treatment. But you just want to be free. There's like a emotional and spiritual liberation that you chase. And many countries are very classist. So I'm mindful of how I dress in countries that I know treat you based on how much money you have. So I dress a little more upscale and a little bit more sophisticated because I want good treatment. And it's just a fact of society in many places that you're treated based on how much they think you earn and how much they think you're worth. And I think it's just beautiful to exist in a place where you can be Black, you can look like a bum if you choose, and you are still treated with so much dignity and humanity. That is Bali, and that is why I live here.
Dari sini kita bisa mengambil sebuah kesimpulan, bahwasanya sikap saling menghormati dan menghargai perbedaan bukanlah sekadar slogan, melainkan budaya yang benar-benar hidup di tengah masyarakat. Di Indonesia, semuanya sudah terbiasa hidup berdampingan, dengan berbagai macam suku, budaya, dan agama, tanpa perlu merasa paling benar atau paling unggul. Karena sejak lama perbedaan justru dipandang sebagai kekayaan bersama yang harus dijaga, dirawat, dan diwariskan agar kehidupan sosial tetap harmonis dan manusiawi.